Give me any word and I will prove to you it is root Greek. For example, potato. Po means ground. Tato means too much. So this means too much ground. Now, hi folks, Richard here. Today we're going to go the way of the Greek islands, okay? We're going to make some roasted Greek style potatoes. So let's do it. Chopped up about 3 pounds of red potatoes. I don't know if you can see that there, to medium-sized cubes, and we put some olive oil in there, and we got some fresh dill, some lemon juice, some garlic, and some lemon pepper, which we're going to use to balance out the flavors. So that's what you do. You chop up some potatoes and you mix them up with olive oil and a little bit of lemon pepper, okay? Not too much, because you just want the flavors to start to blend. And after we do that, you kind of mix them up, okay? You get your oven going to about 375, because you're going to roast these things in the oven, okay? Really fragrant stuff. I mean, this comes out really good. And it makes a good accompaniment to meat, to lamb, to pork, you know, roasted pork, maybe even grilled pork, whatever. So that's pretty much it. You chop, you spice, put olive oil, and then you put them in the oven for about 30 minutes at 375. And in the meantime, we'll be getting together the rest of the ingredients, which are these here, and making the actual sauce or dressing for it. So let's put them in the oven and we'll give them time to cook. We have the potatoes in the oven now, and we're in the middle of making the actual dressing for the potatoes. You know, a lot of people don't know that when the original colonists came into New Mexico, there was a man there from Greece. He was Greek. And so, you know, with the Spanish, how they are, you know, they probably couldn't say his last name, so they began to call him Grego, which means Greek in Spanish. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of history that I didn't know about until I began doing my own genealogy. And that's what I found out, is that these colonists weren't just from Spain or Mexico. They were from there were a couple of Frenchmen. There were of course a lot of Spaniards came. Who had married Native American or Native Mexican wives, and also you had the crypto Jews, which means that they were Jews who were pretty much getting the heck out of Spain because of the Inquisition, you know. So what the Spanish government did in order to know that they were actually Jews who had become Spanish and, you know, changed religions, the Spanish government started giving them all certain names that would tell the government that they were Spanish, but their descent was actually from Israel, Jewish, you know. So my last name, Pino, is actually, believe this or not, the first Pino came to New Mexico in about the middle, around 1753. And he had 2 sons when he came with him. He had married a woman in Mexico City, and his name was Juan Bautista Pino, John the Baptist Pino, and he was not from Spain. He was from Italy, from Liguria, which is up there by the top of the boot. If you look at Italy, it looks like a boot, you know. So he was from the top northwestern region of Italy, and he was a Jewish merchant So I don't know what in the world he was thinking to leave Italy, but he did. And thank God he did, because he ended up in New Mexico, and that's where all the Pinots come from. Was this gentleman, this Jewish merchant, who was busy buying and selling pinon, selling chili, selling whatever. He was a merchant. But anyway, so this is the sauce. Okay, you may need to adjust it any way you want to. You could add. We'll put up the ingredients on the screen for you there. And like I said, you know, cooking is all about personal taste. Some of you may not like garlic. Some of you may like less garlic. Some of you may like a lot more garlic. I like a lot of garlic. I like a lot of flavor that will just pop in my mouth, you know. But you would leave this to marinate for a little while to get all the flavors combining and just learning how to get along together. But after the potatoes are done, we will be tossing them. My mouth's already watering. I haven't even took the potatoes out of the oven yet. But you will toss this in there, and then we will give it a try. So that's pretty much it. We'll wait for the potatoes to cook, and then we'll come back, and you will see what they look like. We are ready. We are ready to take the potatoes out of the oven. We're taking the potatoes out of the oven because they are ready, and we're going to toss them with a little bit of this goodness right here, this sauce that has a secret ingredient that I will be telling you about in a minute. So I'm taking the taters out of the oven now. And as you can see, after my glasses defrost, how nice and golden these things are. Look at that. Very nice. So we're going to give them a little primer with this goodness here. And what this has, it has a secret ingredient that this recipe did not call for, and that is a 1 New Mexico green chili pod, finely diced. And that's going to blend the heritage that we have, that I have in New Mexico, which is Greek Hispanic. So see, the sauce makes the potatoes kind of like a lush, look at that, like a light little olive oil, dill, salt, and garlic gravy goodness, blowout lusciousness right here. Look at that. I'm going to move this over to the camera that I have on the right so y'all can see it, because you need to see this thing. You see that? There it is. Hope it's in camera range. There it is. So you put it in the oven for about maybe another 10 minutes for the flavors to get together and figure out what's going on. So we'll put it back in the oven and we'll bring it back out, and by then I will be ready to eat it slow. We're bringing the goodness out of the oven. It's been long enough. Ooh, that's an interesting aroma. You know, that green chili gives this thing a little zing. Little zing. It takes it, you know, it's Greek, and then it's something more. It's Greek and New Mexico. So, you know, you could try this out. This is good. This is easy to make. What you do is you get some potatoes that are really silky, like the red ones. I would not recommend the white ones because the white ones are not as silky, you know, richer taste on your palate. But these potatoes would go good, like I said, with some roast meat, you know. Or like we're going to do it today, we're going to avoid, you know, we're going to go the way of just eating the potatoes. I don't know about you, but sometimes that's all I want is some good potatoes that are going to be happening. So this is where it's at. Potatoes, tomatoes. So let's try this out. And you can always adjust the salt and the pepper, you know, and the lemon juice. But here it goes. That's different. I would have gone easier on the lemon, but I won't stop eating because, hey, the fresh garlic, pow, it's right there. The New Mexico chili, crunchy, a little bit spicy, just a little bit spicy. Try this out, folks. This would be good with a piece of meat right about now. But when you taste these potatoes, you're going to want to eat it even slower.